A candidate for Smith County Judge is answering some questions following a report we told you about first last week.
County Judge candidate and retired Major General John Furlow faced cameras today to answer allegations in a lawsuit dating back to 2010. The suit said he and other generals double-dipped, being paid by the state and federal government at the same time. KLTV 7's Cody Lillick was at that news conference today. Cody, Furlow still denies these claims.
That's right, Anissa. He called this press conference following our report last week, alleging he owed more than $100,000 back to his former employer, a fact Furlow still denies.
This is not about double dipping.
They are allegations that span back several years.
This case, when it started off, the Attorney General, I'm not sure they know what this case is about.
A lawsuit in 2010 putting the leaders of the Texas Air National Guard and the Texas Army National Guard against their former employer. The lawsuit said Major General John Furlow and Major General Alan Dennert should repay the state for allegedly earning money on both the state and federal payrolls for the same job. Furlow still denies those claims and has filed a countersuit.
We're asking for what evidence they have, and they've yet to provide it.
But today, Furlow did hand over dozens of documents that he says explains his case. Included was a letter from the Adjutant General's fiscal officer saying the Adjutant General granted emergency leave for the Assistant Adjutant Generals and told Furlow, quote, "You do not owe the state." You're saying that you never took emergency leave improperly.
That's correct.
Do you claim that you don't owe any of the $129,000 or a portion of it, or none of it?
Not a dime.
Okay.
Not a dime.
Furlow says the suit and allegations are fueled by politics. In 2009, Governor Rick Perry commented to a Houston television station about the allegations against the generals. He said, quote, "We're going to be watching them every day to make sure they do pay the money back." He continues and says the payback will be in full and appropriate and timely. Today, Furlow had his own words for the governor.
Hadn't happened. If he had been fully involved, my question of it is, answer the mail that my attorneys have been sending about questions. Provide the documentation that show that we're guilty. Tell them let's go to court. Let's solve this in a court the way it ought to be.
We have reached out to the governor's office and the attorney general's office. Both declined to comment since the lawsuit is still active. Furlow's opponent, current Smith County Judge Joel Baker, had previously said since this case has not gone to trial, it would be inappropriate for him to comment on the merits of the case until there has been final resolution of these matters.
Now, Cody, let's talk a little bit about the race. A good indicator for campaigns comes in with their finance reports, and you've taken a pretty close look at those.
That's right, Anissa. Candidates across the state had to file those reports by close of business yesterday. And taking a look at the Smith County judges races, the incumbent Joel Baker is far ahead in the fundraising race of John Furlow by about $75,000. Now, Furlow did talk about that today and said he is running his campaign mostly off of his money and not relying on contributions alone.
All right, then. Thank you so much, Cody.